This poem shall speak of time, time unlimited, time undefined. This poem shall call names, names like Lumumba, Kenyatta, Nkrumah, Hannibal, Akhenaton, Malcolm, Garvey, Haile Selassie. This poem is vexed about apartheid, racism, fascism, the Ku Klux Klan, riots in Brixton, Atlanta, Jim Jones. This poem is revolting against first world, second world, third world, division, man-made decision. This poem is like all the rest. This poem will not be amongst great literary works, will not be recited by poetry enthusiasts. It will not be quoted by politicians nor men of religion. This poem is knives, guns, bombs, blazing for freedom. Yes, this poem is a drum, Ashanti, Mama, Igbo, Yoruba, Nyabingi warriors, Yohuru, Namibia, Yohuru Soweto, Yohuru Africa. This poem will not change things. This poem needs to be changed. This poem is a rebirth of a people, a rising, awakening, understanding. This poem is speaking, have spoken. This poem shall continue even when poets have stopped writing. This poem shall survive you, me. It shall linger in history, in your mind, in time, forever. This poem is time, only time will tell. This poem is still not written. This poem has no poet. This poem is just a part of the story. His story, her story, our story. The story is still untold. This poem is now ringing, talking, irritating, making you want to stop it. But this poem will not stop. This poem is long, cannot be short. This poem cannot be tamed, cannot be blamed. The story is still not told about this poem. This poem is old, new. This poem was copied from the Bible, your prayer book, Playboy magazines, the New York Times, Reader's Digest, the CIA files, the KGB files. This poem is no secret. This poem shall be called boring, stupid, senseless. This poem is watching you trying to make sense from this poem. This poem is fucking up your brains, making you want to stop listening to this poem. But you shall not stop listening to this poem. You need to know what will be said next in this poem. This poem shall disappoint you because this poem is to be continued in your mind, in your mind, in your mind.
Poem is right here.
No, and it definitely will not end, not just end or continue in your mind, but it will continue as well on our set and of course on your favorite program, GH Today. And we're still live on GH1 TV. We're still making impact and we're still making history. So that video that you saw, that is our guest, and he is in the studio. He is here with somebody though. He is an internationally acclaimed poet. He's a musician. He is an actor. And he is a Pan-Africanist. Okay, Mutabaruka, who's joined us with Dr. Sharita.
No,
Aris.
Okay. Oh, Dr. Aris Latham.
Yes.
My bad. Okay, so you're welcome.
Yeah,
welcome.
Give tongue.
Good to see you again. And Doc, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm loving that. You know.
Oh, well, you know, it's history of my life.
Ah.
In the beard, right?
Yes. Oh, there's some background to it. Okay, I hope you're sharing that with us as we go along.
Oh, yes.
Alrighty.
So what brings you to Ghana, Mutabaruka?
Well, we were invited here to take part in the cultural and the African Cultural and Wellness Festival, which is, I think, something that has been going on for the past 3 years. The sister Sharita, she's the one who's responsible, so she invited us to take part in it. So that's why we are here at this moment.
This is not your first time in Ghana, is it?
No, I was checking it last night. This is my 5th time in Ghana.
You always come undercover. We don't hear.
No, it's not undercover. It's just you not in the cover.
I'm not in the cover.
Yeah.
You have the cover.
I was here last September.
Okay.
Me and Tony Rebel was here last September.
What was
coming here.
event?
I was Pana Fest.
Oh,
I took part in Pana Fest. The first time I came here was me and Yellow Man.
Yes, I remember the Yellow Man visit.
Yeah, so that I've been coming here.
So there's no cover?
No cover.
So, you know, this is striking though. I mean, if everybody sees you and you can immediately notice that you're barefooted.
Well, I figure that.
So are you always like this? You always walk barefooted?
Yes.
Why? if I may ask?
It's a long story.
We want to hear it.
Please summarize it for
It's
us.
part of my life, like his beard. But it's just something that we do over the years as Rasta in Jamaica. You know, we feel that it's part of the process of understanding yourself and connecting with the earth, and just the vibration and the feeling that you get when you don't have on the shoes. You're not insulated from the earth. You know, so
What's the feeling like?
you'd have to experience it. It's not something that you can tell. It's an experience.
But you were in
And I have
cold
been
London.
doing it for 40 years.
But you were in cold London just recently, and you
Last
walk around.
night.
Last night you were in London.
Yes.
So you got
I've
on
been
the,
walking around for years, 40 odd years. It don't come like anything.
the snow don't bother you.
No, neither the heat.
Do people offer you shoes?
No.
What, you know,
People,
what
in
do
the
they say
cold,
when-
people feel cold for me. When they look at my foot, they start to
I
feel
know.
cold. You know, but no, people don't offer me shoes. They know. I mean, anyone know that it's not something. I mean, not that I wouldn't wear it, but at this moment in my life, I don't see the necessity to do it. You know.
We know you as an ardent Pan-Africanist.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
What has that got to do with the diet? Because there's some nice food here, which we're
All right.
talking about pretty soon.
Well, Iris is the food expert, you know, but Pan-Africanism is part of what we call a liberation movement, a liberation struggle, and in this time, you have to be very holistic with your struggle. And one of the things that confront black people is what we are eating, especially today, with all the different genetically modified foods and all the different ways of, killing you. It seems that sometimes you are dodging from the criminal outside of your house, but you actually bring something in your house to kill you, and which is your kitchen and the food that you have in the kitchen. We think that black people now need to really re-examine the foods that they eat, because it's not like old times when your grandmother used to eat a lot of carbohydrate and then work it out. Now most young people, they live in a sedentary habit. They just sit down from 9 to 5 and then they go home again and sit down and watch television. So all of that is not burnt up. So you need to have a diet now that can really make you deal with the situation that you are in now. And a lot of, yam and cocoa and flour and rice and things. It's not something that I think that is conducive to life in this time. We need to examine it. And so Pan-Africanism is that struggle also. That struggle of how you eat, how you think, and the movement for African people to liberate themselves.
So the food is part of the struggle.
Definitely. Food security, eat what you grow what you eat. That should be the voice of a lot of countries, especially in Africa. Especially now that we see a lot of things coming in and we don't have nothing going out. You see, so we're a consuming set of people.
Yeah.
We don't produce enough to feed ourselves. And sometimes the leaders don't understand it, because what they do, they produce things to export and leave the people raw. So what we are saying as African, Pan-African, is that we need to re-examine it. It's a political thing. It's not just something where people just say, don't eat that, don't eat that. This is a political thing. They are using food to destroy the population, the African population.
Doc, let me come to you, and once again, my apologies.
No problem.
Dr. Iris Latham,
Yes.
is this your first time in Ghana?
No, this is my second time. I was
Okay.
first in Ghana 44 years ago.
Oh,
I was here in 1972 as part of a dance troupe.
right.
We stayed at GhOne at the university, and also we had the honor to attend Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's funeral as well. And now on my return here, I've been to several parts in Africa over the years as well. I was actually born in Panama on the canal. My grandparents went to build the canal. That was another one of our great accomplishments as African laborers around this world.
Wow.
We built that canal.
Wow. So you are, first of all, give me a summary like I did with Muta.
Yes.
You said it's what? There's some history behind the beard?
Well,
Something you want to share?
it's
briefly?
life. It grows. And
It does,
it's a
right?
natural,
So how long can it grow?
as long as my life is going to extend.
Oh my goodness, I can imagine how that would look like.
I mean, it's a natural feature of a man. I don't think I should compete with women by shaving my beard.
Does that mean that you've never shaved off your beard?
I've shaved twice in my life.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Let's now look at the food. So like Kafi said early on, I haven't seen this before,
Yes.
but you are a vegan chef?
I am a food scientist, a
food
doctor
scientist.
of food science.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about this meal.
You brought us something nice.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't use the word chef, first of all, because there's only one chef on this planet,
Which is?
the sun. The sun cooks for us all.
The sun up in the sky.
The sun up in the sky,
Okay, I'm
Ra.
learning something today.
Yes.
So the cuisine that I've developed is called Sunfired Raw Foods. You know, food that is cooked by the sun.
Ra is an ancient Egyptian word.
The sun.
Ra.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than raw.
Yeah. In my
Because-
language, you say ra.
Ra.
So it's almost the
Okay.
same. Yeah. Ra.
So it is not raw food because I say it's been cooked. The growing seasons is the cooking process. So from the time a plantain tree blossoms, you have the blossom of the plantain, till the time you have a ripe plantain, it's fully cooked.
By the sun.
Perfectly cooked by the sun during that entire year period. So when we receive that plantain, to actually tell the creator that you made a mistake, I am going to fry it, cook it, bake it, boil it, steam it, and do all of these other ridiculous things to it. You're actually killing the plantain. You're uncooking it. You're destroying the solar energy, the life, the vibration, all the nutrients that are in the food, and then now you're asking this food to give you life. And we do this throughout. So what I've developed is a form, an art form, to present this food for modern, association. So I've been recognized by the Oxford Encyclopedia of Food and Drink as the father of ethical gourmet raw food cuisine in the world for having developed this cuisine. It's been now 45 years that I've not consumed foods from any animal source, just all plant foods. It's been 40 years that I've not consumed any cooked foods whatsoever.
Wow.
And I recently, right now in Ghana, I completed my 69-day fast. I drank only juices and coconut water for 69 days. I started in Jamaica back in December 1st, Panama, Brazil, and now I've been in Ghana, and I've done about 10 days of my fast here in Ghana. And I broke it right up in the, I went to the canopy walk up in
Kakum.
Kakum.
Yes.
And that was my last day up in the canopy above the rainforest. And then I broke it the next day when we went to Cape Coast.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Can we tell us what's here? We'll try it.
What we have brought here to share with you is, this is the coconut bread
Okay.
right here.
Get this out
This
the way.
bread,
That one.
this bread right here, it is made from the meat of the young coconut, the jelly. We take the jelly out and we just blend it, season it with a little bit of
The brown guy over there.
the brown guy right here.
okay.
And it's dehydrated. So the moisture has been taken out and it has the texture of a wrap. We use it to do wraps and things of that nature. This here,
Can I try it?
yes, please.
man. Yeah,
Please,
yeah.
please.
Try it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, please do.
Coconut, right?
That's coconut.
Can I get a second fork?
Yes.
No,
I get
definitely
one?
not undercover.
And right here, what we have.
Let me use that, please. I
Yes.
don't want to use the fork.
No one use a fork.
Yeah. Okay, we're doing this
Yeah,
one, the
yeah,
bread.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So what? Did you add anything to it?
No, just coconut,
Let me
really
have
nice.
the fork one moment. Right here, what we have
I get the
here.
coconut taste.
This is what we call cauliflower nuggets, and this is cauliflower that's been battered with egusi, a
egusi.
batter made with
Yeah.
egusi, and it's breaded and dehydrated, so it has the texture of what we would traditionally think of the texture of chicken and things of that nature. So, and then right here we have what we call broccoli spare the ribs. These are broccoli spears that we made a tomato. Ghana has really great tomatoes here. So we're
Like Jamaica, right?
Oh,
With tomatoes.
yes. So we have dehydrated some tomatoes and fresh tomatoes, and we have onion and garlic and some great herbs here. And it's battered and coated, and it's dehydrated as well. These are onion rings. made with beets and palm oil.
Okay.
And right here, we have our cashew cheese.
Cashew cheese.
Cashew cheese. The cheese is made from the seeds of the cashew fruit. We take the cashew seeds and we soak them for 12 hours. Then we put them in the blender, in the blender with a little lime juice. Some
I'll put
Yeah,
like a
the-
paste,
Oh,
right?
that one, okay.
the lime juice, the noni juice, and then it has it has a little parsley in there and some sweet peppers.
It's good.
And it's fermented. So it has the taste of cheese. And see, with the noni in it, it really gives it that European, special cheese flavor without the animal pus, without the milk. You know, human beings are not designed really to process the lactose that we find in the cow's milk. So we develop cheese, we develop milks, we do pizzas, we do burgers. It's a complete cuisine. Anything that you think that you like cooked from traditional meat and potato cuisine, I can come up with a version for you that is completely raw and, the taste.
And you'll be doing demonstrations of this weekend, right?
I'm
There's a
gonna be
big
doing-
event. Just give us a little bit of that
It's a
before I
very
come back to
big
you.
event. We have this evening at 6 o'clock, from 6 to 9, at the Nobuke Foundation. We're having the opening ceremony, which is going to consist of a royal feast. We're having a 12-course royal feast with fresh juice and a plate like this, and we have desserts. We make paradise pies. These are fresh fruit pie. The crust is made with coconuts and dried fruits, and we have fillings. We have a banana coconut cream pie.
Nice. Sounds
Fresh
good.
cream from the coconuts.
Wow.
Wow.
And then tomorrow we have the all-day festival, the African Cultural and Wellness Festival at the Aburi Botanical Gardens.
Indeed.
And that's from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., where we're going to have a marketplace. We're going to have health and beauty products on display. We're going to have a children's center where they can be able to enjoy natural life for the day as
So
well.
everybody's catered for.
Everybody. So we have workshops going on. Myself, I'm going to be doing workshops on food preparation. I'm going to teach you how to prepare these foods.
Okay.
And also we have a food court, the All-Star Food Court, where we're going to be selling food like
All right,
this. And
so
other.
I'm going to have to hold you on right
Yes,
about now.
okay.
And let's quickly take a trip around the world, see the happenings around the globe. So there's World in 60 Seconds coming up.
While I
right
choose some of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Opposition MPs in South Africa have been thrown out of parliament during President Jacob Zuma's State of the Nation address for continuous heckling. Kenya has missed the deadline to prove to the World Anti-Doping Agency it is tackling cheating in athletics. A Japanese MP who sparked a national debate about paternity leave in Japan has quit after admitting to having an affair when his wife was due to give birth. And today in history, in the year 1999, the then President of the United States, President Clinton, was acquitted by the Senate of perjury and obstruction of justice.
Maybe about 50 years ago. Yeah. I don't know what it's like to be sick.
Wow, okay, well, so we're back and we're still discussing the meal. Oh my goodness, you want to have a taste of it. Very tasty, very nice. And it's healthy as well.
Very raw.
Yeah, very raw. And you know, all the things that you talk about, you can actually taste it. I get the coconut bits, the cashew. I get all of it in there.
Yes.
How long does it take to prepare a meal like this?
Yeah, it looks pretty
Well,
complex.
It takes about an hour. It looks pretty complex, but it is really not, because we use modern technology. We want to let people know that really what we know as cooking, like the stove, cooking on the stove, it's really an outdated technology. Come up to date. What we use in a raw food kitchen is a food processor, blender, juice extractor, and dehydrator. With those 4 implements, this is really a small job.
Right. It looks like it's going to be fun today and tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
But back to you, Muta. So I know you've been a vegetarian for some time now.
Yeah.
How many years now?
40 odd years.
40 odd years. Okay, so this is right up the street.
Yeah. You see, the thing with the food, you know, is that people, because we grew up in an environment that tells us that you have to eat meat, you know, you have to drink sugar, you have to eat salt. It kind of blew a lot of people's mind when they hear that. But you know, right now salt is a high blood pressure thing right now. Sugar is a diabetes thing now. You know, so we have to really revisit our education about how we eat, our eating habit.
Yeah.
Because as I said before, that is what is really killing us. We're killing ourselves in our own kitchen, and we don't understand it. And sometimes people don't want to go through this process because the food in the market is so cheap, but the doctor is so expensive. So you have to really weigh, are we going to continue eating the poison food and then pay exuberant amount of money to the doctor?
Indeed.
Are we going to spend money on ourselves and eliminate the doctor?
Indeed.
You see?
You know, I know you have. We know that you're a Pan-Africanist, and I know you have this radio show. You lecture as well.
Yes.
And you follow world events. Let me just, before we go, bring you back to some of the raging world event, right? This whole Zika virus thing, and it's going
Zika.
through South America and the Caribbean.
Heading for Jamaica too.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, the thought is this now, that you see, man is trying to play nature. He's trying to manipulate nature in so many different ways. And sometimes when him find a cure for something, it helps to bring out a disease of another thing. So the ZV thing is really man manipulating mosquitoes. They're trying to get the mosquitoes, the Asia aegypti mosquito, out of the picture by trying to kill out this mosquito, because this is the mosquito that gives you dengue fever, and the chickpea. So they have genetically modified one mosquito now to when it coupled with the other mosquito, it's supposed to eliminate the mosquito. But this mosquito now is causing a next problem.
Which is the Zika.
Which is the Zika.
And now we hear it can be passed through sex. And then today
and
I hear...
saliva too.
Today I hear...
And they are telling that you must put a pregnancy.
Yes.
For 2 years. I don't know what they're going to do with the Olympics. You see, because the other day when Ebola was hitting...
West Africa, yeah.
Sierra Leone and thing. There was all sort of things, don't go to Africa. I mean, I have artists in Jamaica who had shows in Ghana, and so they're not coming because Ebola, you're not realizing that Africa is a continent, Africa is not a country. We don't have like this euphoria about Brazil, that going to Brazil, because now is the Olympics time. People don't want to show a story at the Olympics. But
business.
We need to take a stock of who is telling me what, when, and where we must go and how we must go about it, you know. And this ZV, it's a lot of these things them have. They have created, remember that there's an experiment in the Tuskegee experiment that took place, where they injected 300 African black people with syphilis. And it's years after, a nurse found out that it was done, and then years after Clinton being the president apologized for this Tuskegee experiment that was done on black people. They actually injected rats, put certain things in rats to see what would happen to black people if this rat thing. So they inject rats and send it out into the black communities to see what is the effect it would have on black people. So it's not like, you know, it's not conspiracy theory. And sometimes conspiracy theory is not necessarily wrong. A theory is not necessarily wrong. It's just that you don't develop on the conspiracy to find out if it is. But really and truly, the marks are there to say that it's man creating disturbance in the atmosphere with its chemical germs and chemical warfare. That's why we're talking about food as an important thing, because food is what nourish your body. Food is what protect your body. And people talk about God, they say, how can you say you love God when you can't say, you can't love who you can say? You have to love who you can say, and who you can see is yourself. You need to love yourself to the point where, like Marcus Garvey said, if you don't have no confidence in yourself, you're twice defeated in the race of life. But with confidence, you have won even before you have started. So we as African people have to recognize how important it is to save ourselves.
First.
We have to save ourselves first. Before we can think on a global thing, because everybody else is saving themselves.
Indeed.
At the expense of us.
And you're performing tomorrow?
Yes. I'll be talking and reading poetry.
Okay.
Yeah, no music.
Yes.
Yes, it's
No
performance.
music. Yes,
It's the-
poetry.
And we
straight.
can't wait. In fact, Kafu and I are going to be there. We'll make sure that you see us so that you know. That
You won't be undercover.
no
above
undercover
the cover.
No undercover things. No, you know, so Sunday is Valentine's Day. We're going to be asking if indeed that Rastafarians do even celebrate But before we go into that, I know
No, we
that
shall not go into that, but I'll come back
I
to
know,
it.
I know that you are a peace ambassador.
Yeah?
Perceived as a peace ambassador. You are the voice for the people.
Okay.
Do you feel that pressure with all the untowardness that we're recording in various parts of the world to do more? Do you feel the pressure to do more?
No.
You don't?
I know what I want to do. Somebody not telling me what to do or pressuring me what to do. I'm not a politician. You see, politicians go under pressure. That is why they bow to pressure and do the things. So, like most politicians, they really have a good heart until they go into power. You know, they say power corrupts and absolute power corrupt. Absolutely. So when politicians go and feel like they can change the thing, they say, you can't change it from outside, you have to go inside. When they go inside, the system is so overwhelming that they become part of that corruption also. So I'm not a politician. I don't have anyone telling me what to do and what not to do. I do what I want to do and how I feel to do it. You know?
Great.
So and the case of the one that you say you're going to leave for the
Valentine business.
you know, if you look on African people history, you realize that we're celebrating more white history than black history. You know, most of the holidays that we celebrate that is really meaningful to us is what Europeans give away. Christmas, Valentine's Day, Boxing Day. I mean, like, there's so much. Even Halloween now, we say Jamaican people that celebrate Halloween.
Just like
we're
here.
celebrating in Ghana
And
as
then
well.
what happened now that
Today.
we look on the television, we try to imitate. If you look on the ladies, they look like Kim Kardashian. The self, the African self get lost in these things. So I don't know how could I celebrate Valentine's Day. What is Valentine? Valentine's Day is a man in Europe who try a thing and it work out for him. And then it just bounce back from we, you know. And,
But you believe in love.
We could not say we don't believe in love. Love is not a European or an African idea. It's a human personality, you know. So, but to say that I must celebrate Christmas, which the guys them who saying it don't even know when I'm born, it's really damaging to my head. How can I celebrate a birthday that even the people them who give me the birthday don't know when that individual born?
Doesn't make sense to you.
Yeah, and Valentine, who the hell is Valentine? How much youth out there know who is Valentine? you know, we should have had Kwame Nkrumah there.
We do have
We
one.
love, no, I'm not about African
Okay,
people in
all
general,
right,
just like what I'm because it's not only African celebrate Valentine's Day, but Kwame Nkrumah Day would mean that here's a man who love him race as a Pan-Africanist, and we are celebrate the love of African people over the world.
Amen.
Did you ever get married?
Yeah, man.
You're still married?
Yeah, man.
We don't hear much about your family and things like that.
For some reason, I have people outside out here, but I have two girls.
Oh, wow.
I have two
Any
girls.
future dub poetesses?
Eh?
Are they going to be following you?
No, one is a teacher and one is a social worker. I don't want them to be poet.
But
Well, we are poets.
in a way they're following, because what you do is you teach through your poetry. You teach
well, one of them is a teacher, but she teach mathematics.
mathematics.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a scientist.
Okay.
Okay.
We need some more scientists.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And your woman?
She's a designer. She designs clothes. Very internationally known designer.
Well, thank you. We look forward to your performance tomorrow.
Okay.
Indeed.
I hope I see you.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Harris, your last words as against, yeah.
Well, first of all, I'd like to share the phone number for the reservations for tonight's banquet. It is 05447505097. And the last word is always the first word. You know, and when it comes to what we do with the cuisine, it's all about life. It's all about health. It's all about living as long as we can live disease-free. So with that in mind, you should also keep in focus that it is actually not the food in your life, but the actual life
In the food.
in your food that nourishes. So eat live food if you want to stay alive on a very high frequency level. And this is what the theme of this festival is about this Saturday.
African Culture and Wellness Festival.
Based on high frequency vibration.
Right.
So when you come to the Aburi Botanical Garden, you're coming into a zone of happiness. You're going to leave all your troubles behind. We're going to share with you a real African celebration, a family day of love, peace, health,
Oh,
music.
now you talked about love. I was just going to say that you haven't talked about love. What you did?
Yeah, well, you know, this is the real love food here we're talking
All right.
about.
Loving
You
yourself.
can't go wrong without
All right,
this.
all right, Dr. Reese. Well, thank you very much. Mucha, your last words for people
Well,
of Ghana who are
I was saying,
listening.
let your medicine be your food,
Yeah.
and your food be your medicine. Then now you have a problem of, I am sick and I can't afford a doctor bill.
When was the last time you were sick?
I'm sick every day.
Every day.
Yes, with what's taking place with African people, it sick me.
It's a spiritual kind
And
of
Dr. yourself. When was the last time you took sick? You
It's
took
been
off,
over 50 years. I don't know what it's like to be sick.
Because you're eating healthy.
I'm eating healthy. I'm
I'm jealous.
69, and you see I don't wear glasses.
I know. You can see. You
We're
know.
glad to try that.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes.
Well, thank you so
Okay,
much.
all right.